A lot of dogs look calm on the outside while quietly thinking, please, stop doing that. And most owners never notice. They miss the tiny clues, the head turn, the slow blink, the little sigh, that separate an owner who simply loves their dog from one who truly understands them. Today, you're stepping into that second group. You're about to see signs most people overlook and start recognizing what your dog's been trying to tell you all along. If you love learning how dogs communicate, subscribe and stay connected with this community of attentive owners. Let's break down the 7 things your dog wishes you'd stop doing. Number 1. Overloading them with constant touching. Your dog might love you, but they don't love being treated like a living teddy bear. That surprises people because affection feels natural to us. Yet non-stop touching, hugging, squeezing, hovering can quietly wear a dog down. Some breeds follow you everywhere, but closeness doesn't mean they enjoy being held tight or touched continuously. Many dogs slip into tolerance mode. You'll see it in small details: shoulders going stiff, a quick lick of the lips, a sudden shake once you finally let go. Those are polite signals that say, I like you, but I need breathing room. Think of the dog who comes over for a quick pet, stays 10 seconds, then walks away. That's not rejection. That's communication. They want connection, but in doses that feel good to them. A gentler approach is offering your hand and waiting. If your dog leans in, you've got the green light. If they turn their head or pause, they're asking for space, and honoring that builds trust faster than any hug ever could. Does your dog ever quietly slip away mid-hug? Now think about the moments when they're not even awake to move, because the next thing they dislike happens before they open their eyes. Number 2. Interrupting their rest. Picture your dog finally drifting into that deep, heavy sleep, the kind where their paws twitch and their breathing slows, only for a sudden hand on their back to yank them out of it. That moment feels tiny to us, but to a dog, it's like being startled awake over and over again throughout the day. Dogs need far more sleep than people realize. Puppies often reach 18 to 20 hours, and many adults land between 12 and 14. When those hours get chopped into pieces, their emotional balance starts to wobble. You'll see it in small ways: shorter patience, slower learning during training, or an edge of reactivity that seems to come out of nowhere. Common interruptions happen so easily. Kids poking a napping dog, a cheerful owner waking them up to say hi, moving them off the couch because they're in your spot. It all adds up. Creating protected rest zones helps enormously. Quiet corners, covered crates, baby gates, or even a family rule that a sleeping dog stays off limits. When you guard their sleep, you guard their stability and your bond. How often do you wake your dog without thinking about it? And what does that do to their ability to understand your cues next? Number 3. Using too many verbal commands. Have you ever caught yourself talking to your dog like you're trying to give directions over a bad phone connection? That flood of words feels normal to us, but it often leaves dogs sorting through noise rather than guidance. Dogs rely far more on body language than speech. Research on canine cognition shows that dogs pick up on posture, hand placement, and movement long before they process repeated verbal cues. So when someone says, sit, 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 while leaning over the dog, the mixed signals create hesitation. You might notice flattened ears, a slow response, or a big, exaggerated yawn. Classic signs that your dog is overwhelmed. Clear communication feels like a relief to them. One cue, a still body, and a short pause often get a faster result than repeating yourself until your dog shuts down. Try saying the cue once, then count to 2 silently. You'll see your dog think, decide, and respond without the pressure of verbal clutter. This small shift builds confidence. Your dog learns that your signals are predictable, and you feel more connected because the conversation finally makes sense on both ends. But even confident dogs struggle when owners cross a boundary that feels far more personal, especially during meals. Number 4. invading their personal space during meals or chews. Nothing ruins a dog's meal faster than a human hovering over it. Eating is one of the few moments when dogs naturally drop their guard, and that makes food feel precious. Studies on resource guarding behavior show that dogs aren't trying to be dominant. They're trying to prevent loss. So when someone reaches into their bowl, touches their face mid-chew, or stands inches away just checking, anxiety spikes. Food security is instinctive. Even the softest, sweetest dog can tense up if they think their meal might disappear. You might notice a frozen stare, faster eating, a lowered head, or a stiffened body. These aren't signs of a bad dog. They're signals of worry. A safer approach builds trust instead of tension. Give them space during meals. If you need to check on something, step back and observe. For chew items, offer calm trades. Present a higher value item, let them choose, and you'll avoid conflict while reinforcing safety. Over time, these habits tell your dog their resources are protected, not threatened. Respecting this quiet boundary creates a calmer eating routine. But meals aren't the only place dogs wish humans would stop pushing past their comfort zone, especially when new people or dogs get involved. Number 5. Forcing social interactions. Imagine walking into a party where everyone expects you to hug strangers the moment you arrive. That's how many dogs feel when they're pushed toward people or dogs they don't know. Some dogs enjoy being social, but many prefer to choose their moments. And forcing those moments can turn a simple greeting into a surge of stress. Shy, selective, or introverted dogs aren't broken. Personality research in dogs shows clear temperament differences, just like in humans. When a dog leans away, lifts a paw, hesitates, or keeps their tail low, they're expressing discomfort. Yet owners often override those signals by nudging them forward, inviting strangers to pet them, or letting an eager dog rush into their space. Choice is powerful. When dogs decide to approach at their own pace, their confidence rises. You can help by creating space during greetings, keeping leashes loose, and asking others to wait before interacting. Structured greetings, like parallel walking or letting dogs sniff from a distance, give them time to warm up. Honoring social boundaries doesn't make your dog less friendly. It makes them feel understood, safe, and respected. Think about how often social pressure overwhelms them. And then imagine what happens when the environment itself gets loud, sudden, and chaotic. Number 6. Overusing sudden noises and chaotic energy. Your dog hears your home completely differently than you do. That's the bold truth most owners underestimate. What sounds like a quick door slam or an excited shout to us can feel like a jolt of electricity to a dog's nervous system. Their hearing is sharper, their startle reflex is stronger, and their brains are tuned to scan for threat before anything else. Research on canine stress responses shows that sudden loud noises spike cortisol, the stress hormone, much faster than gradual sounds. So when daily life turns into bursts of yelling across the house, clattering pots, slamming cabinets, or chaotic greetings at the front door, your dog starts living in short, tense bursts of "what was that?" energy. Sensitive breeds or anxious individuals feel this even more intensely. You'll see widened eyes, pacing, pinned ears, or that subtle freeze when a noise hits just a bit too hard. Over time, these tiny reactions stack up, creating a dog who seems jumpy for no reason. Calmer patterns help them exhale. Softer tones, smoother movements, predictable routines, and quieter greetings tell your dog, "You're safe here." The more your energy settles, the more their trust deepens. And all that built-up tension from daily noise needs an outlet. Which brings us to the one place dogs try to release it most clearly: outside, on their walks. Number 7. Rushing through outdoor time. Picture your dog stopping at a patch of grass and taking a full minute, nose buried, tail gently swaying, as if that one scent holds the entire story of the neighborhood. That tiny moment is far more important to them than most people realize. Sniffing isn't a delay or a distraction. Research in canine behavior shows that scent exploration lowers heart rate, improves emotional regulation, and helps dogs process stress from the day. When walks get rushed, or when a dog is constantly pulled away from smells, they lose one of their main outlets for decompression. Many dogs come home from a quick potty walk still restless, while a slower, sniff-heavy walk leaves them noticeably calmer. It's like the difference between skimming a headline and reading the whole article. One barely registers, the other actually satisfies. A simple rhythm can help. Give part of the walk structure, then release them with a free sniff cue. This balance builds clarity, freedom, and enjoyment all at once. And it transforms the walk from a chore into one of your dog's happiest rituals. They savor those moments outside. Which makes it even more meaningful to understand how the rest of your habits shape their day. Every dog has a quiet language, and you've just learned some of the clearest signals they use to say, "I'm not comfortable with this." These aren't dramatic behaviors, they're subtle details. Tiny shifts in body language, small pauses, changes in breathing that most people never notice. But you noticed them today, and that awareness strengthens your bond more than any trick or command ever could. Choose just one habit from this list to adjust over the next week. Maybe you give them more space during sleep, or you slow down your walks, or you cut back on the extra noise in the house. Watch how your dog responds. You'll see their shoulders soften, their eyes relax, and their trust deepen in ways that feel incredibly rewarding. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 7 things surprised you the most? And what's something your dog clearly dislikes that you've noticed at home? If you want to keep learning how to read your dog on a deeper, more intuitive level, make sure you subscribe. You're part of a community that pays attention, and your dog feels the difference.